Hello, we're back.
Greetings.
It's time for Saxon Yellow, and this is a deck that I think had some pretty respectable performance, at least game-wise, in the tournament last week. And there was like a 1K, so some people in our Discord were like, "Hey, check this deck out. It's doing some cool stuff." Essentially, you just use shields as an aggro mechanic for Saxon because the shield token gives +1/+0, which makes a lot of units very scary. For instance, Crafty Smoker 3/2 shielded just by default. Dr. Evazan 4/3 when you play him on turn 1. That's a lot of damage. The 7th Fleet Defender is attacking for 4. You have Lurking Type Phantom is the only one that doesn't come in, or it's one of a couple units in the deck that don't come into play with the shield token, but it's a Lurking Type Phantom, and there's some plays that you can do with it that we'll talk about in a second. But Hotshot Blaster is kind of your in the holes, extra surprise strike. It's giving +3/+0 with Gar. Val is the interaction with the Lurking Type Phantom that was pointed out to us. The bounty effect from Val that dealt 3 damage to a unit is controlled by the opposing player. So if Val and Lurking Type Phantom are on the field at the same time and Val dies, she gives 2 experience tokens to the Lurking Type Phantom, and the 3 damage can't resolve. So
yeah, I mean it targets the Lurking Type Phantom, but it just is not dealt.
Yeah, right, exactly. So if there's another unit in play, they can target that other unit. But if there's a situation where those are the only 2, they're not gonna be. They can't actually just like ace your Phantom before you put the experience tokens on them if they're the active player, for instance. Yeah. Which is pretty good. That's really good. Because I think most of your other units will have a shield token, right? Generally.
Right. Yeah, plinking a shield but exchanging it for 2 experience tokens is probably totally fine in this deck.
Yeah.
Since Gar Saxon, you'll still keep your Gar Saxon buff. Something I was going to point out about this deck is that it feels like it actually pivot game plans.
Yes, you can
if
go.
If you are playing
aggro
against the aggro deck between cargo juggernauts and clients and like super commando squads, you can actually play a very defensive game and gain life and just run your opponent out of resources because your guys trade better than theirs do.
Yeah, I mean,
right?
you use your shields as like trade fodder too, because like all of your shielded units having +1 attack means they trade up a lot of the time, and then they're still on the board, and you're free to then upgrade them with other stuff, or use Long Pike to give them shields. So Long Pike, I think you're a lot of the time just like loading up one random unit on the opposing board that you don't really care about, you don't plan to remove, it's not really
it could even be a space, well, I guess you don't want it to be a space thing, but it could be something that's not going to kill your guys.
Yeah,
right?
As long as it's like something innocuous, and you can then remove it with like Dooku or Takedown.
Yeah. Right,
if it's just like a wing or something. Right. You just put some shields on the A-wing. Like that thing is not attacking your dudes most of the time. If it is, then great. Fine. Super Commando Squad's pretty awesome. Comes as a 5/4 shielded, and then if you throw other random upgrades on it, it becomes a problem.
This played better than I initially thought, because I thought this card was going to be garbage.
It's super solid.
But
imagine dropping that and then putting Jetpack on it.
Yeah.
Like that seems very hard to remove. If they're not like playing an event to get rid of it. Running, there's like no amount of dudes they can run that
this card was beating me up in limited.
Yeah,
I was like, oh my god.
I bet. Pretty solid.
It's
Cargo Juggernaut gain life. Count Dooku wasn't in the list that I saw that was in that tournament, but I wanted to try him out. He's a shielded guy that can remove something that comes into play. Probably like swings your tempo in your favor a little bit if you're in a sort of race at that point. So there's that.
It's like you're not going to play First Light. Third set might have some better late game options.
I didn't see very many.
Snoke doesn't feel like he fits in here.
I think you want to be winning. This deck can go face. Like the opponents, it's much harder for them to trade your units off the board.
Yeah.
So you can just kind of go face. You have like Surprise Strike, Snapshot Reflexes, Hotshot Blast. That's like a lot of action oriented or action economy attacks that you can get out of this deck too. So 1 Rival's Fall, just because, why not? 2 Takedown. I was wrestling with like, do I play some Fell the Dragons? But I feel like Takedown might be better in this deck because I think you're wanting to kind of control the early game and aggro early game, remove Sentinels that are a problem from in front of your type or whatever. So most of those are less than 4 power.
If you get hit with a Childson, you can crash a shielded guy into Childson, then take him down.
Yeah, and that's like doesn't feel horrible. And you also have like Jetpack and Snapshot and Hotshot for the ground Sentinels.
Yeah.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
And you can put Snapshot Reflexes on the Lurking Type Phantom, which is real good.
I can imagine, yeah.
He's suddenly attacking for 6.
Yeah.
and it's 3 toughness.
All right, let's start with Sabine.
Yeah, the Sabine litmus
gatekeeper.
test. Now, I do think this matchup is not awful.
I think it probably comes down to Poe, right? Like
maybe.
you could ECO a Poe and probably do some disgusting stuff.
Yeah.
Just like strip a shield off of somebody. So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know that I have attacked with Poe on
Ever?
stream. I opened a Poe in limited, and then I think I was playing Han, and I got killed by Ray. I lost to a Ray deck, I believe. Annoyingly. I'll say booster draft is a step down.
In the
first set was like perfect.
Yeah.
Like this set, it's like it doesn't like you set out to build a deck, and then you'll play against a deck that just beats yours, and it just feels awful. Like I was playing a Gar Saxon deck, and then I played against somebody who had 2 of the Underworld guys, that the 1-drop for a 2/1 that bounces attachments, and was like beating me stupid with that. And I was just like, you play Bosk, and you're like, all right, I'm gonna put bounties on guys to get free kills. But then you sit down against Gar Saxon, and you're like, well, I put a bounty in your dude, and dude's now +0, which is like
That feels horrible.
a big deal.
Yeah.
In limited. So yeah, Underworld muscle or criminal muscle, something like that. But yeah.
Wait.
$14. I had like a pretty I had like a pretty good Cad Bane deck. And then you play against Ray, and you're doing damage to their dudes that are just buffing. And they just buff all their guys out of range of actually dying to anything.
And they're healing the fool while attacking you.
Yeah. I'm gonna I should probably keep a hand that actually has some interaction in it, but I'm gonna keep this hand.
Okay.
A-Wing. Go ahead.
Val. My hyperspace foil Val. Super cool.
Do I want to deal damage here? It's time to take the life coach level amounts of thinking if I want to do a single point of damage with Sabine here. You're an aggro deck. I'm an aggro deck. I think I do not want to take the damage, so I'll take initiative.
Okay. Pass.
I think in this instance, your damage is more valuable. Like, damage on me is more valuable than damage on you because you've got life gain. I don't want to give you free damage towards me, right? Okay. I am going to attack you for 3.
I'll play a 7th Fleet Defender. You guys revisit Cad Bane. Yeah, definitely. Cad is definitely on my list. Cad Green is pretty sick. I was looking at Cad Red too.
I'll play red 3.
I give her 2.
I will take initiative.
Pass.
All right. Rebel Assault. So red 3 is going to attack you for 4. Green Squadron Alien is going to attack you for 5. So take 8.
9.
1, 2, 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 damage. What a good Rebel Assault that was.
That's pretty good. Well, I will take out this here red 3.
Okay. Am I deploying Sabine to her death here? I think there's a pretty good chance that I am. I'm actually going to tap Sabine and do a damage. I'm going to use that as a stall.
I'm going to put a jetpack on Val.
Okay, so Sabine is toast here.
Just to let you know.
So I am going to play a Green Squadron A-Wing.
Okay. Play Doc Evazan.
Alright, I'm going to take initiative.
I'll take you for 5. And then pass.
Alright, you lose the shield on Val there. Oh man, if I had another Rebel Assault there, woo!
Be a lot of damage.
Ooh-wee! Okay. I am going to Fleet Lieutenant this A-Wing into you for 5.
Alright, I'll go ahead and fight there.
Okay. I am going to Sabine and do damage to us both.
I'll surprise strike Evazan. That's 7.
Okay. I will deploy Sabine.
I'll go ahead and take her out.
Yeah. I am going to take initiative here.
Play Crafty Smuggler. And then pass.
The time is this the time for this?
I think the game's ending this round. I'm just saying.
I think the time is not.
So the time is not now, that's never.
Okay. We're gonna ECL K2 into Val.
So trample.
Overwhelm for 2.
And then take 3.
Take 3.
And then
I'm gonna resolve Val's bounty and do 3 damage to a unit.
Okay.
7th Fleet Defender. And then you can distribute some experience tokens.
Evazan sounds great. I'll attack you for 6.
Okay. This MF. I guess I
This
attack,
MF?
I guess I attack there.
This little guy? I'll snapshot reflexes.
Yeah, okay.
Take you out. Bang.
7th Fleet Defender is what won that game because you killed 2 free space.
It's a good one.
But I don't love this matchup, I would say. I think this is probably one that feels pretty bad because you don't have the tools to deal with shields in that deck.
Yeah, exactly. They're just kind of there.
I'm gonna double check something. I'm gonna double check. Just gonna double check. We're just gonna one.
Oh, your Poe count?
Okay, one. Let's check. Let's see. Okay, there's 2. Let's keep checking. Let's do a check. 3 Poes. 3 Poes in the deck, and I believe the entirety. I think that's like the only way to win that game if I play Poe, because then I can
strip shields.
I can throw cards out of my hand.
Yeah.
And Poe can probably take over the game. So, all right, Yeller Boba. Now this deck probably has the tools.
It probably does have the means. Yeah.
Probably got the tools. Now the question is tempo. That's the big one. Which deck can actually steal the tempo?
I considered getting Hask in the guard deck. I did not, but not an insane inclusion. The thing is, he's slow. Yeah, he's just slow. Super Commando Squad is like that slot, and it comes in and it stops the opponent from hitting you at least once, whereas it dictates their next action on the ground.
Problem is Gideon doesn't do anything upon showing up.
Yeah, he just kind of is there, and
he's good with like ambush, right?
Yeah,
like ECL is a good.
You can't get him ambush though, so
yeah.
And,
not in that deck.
You're not really focused on killing the opposing units either, so his ability might not really matter. You take trades of opportunity where you're trading your shield for one of their units, or if you have to, but that's about it. You mostly want to go to base. Okay. Bobber feet.
Ready to roll, because we rolled the same thing.
1.
Alright, I'll take initiative. I think this is a mulligan.
What's up, Dark Black?
I think that's a mulligan. Gar 1.
Look at that 1 above my name, right there.
Yeah, it was both. Now it was action before.
It was literally 1 action on either side, I think. Yeah.
I had to play defensively there. I had no, I couldn't have cast that turn for a cause, but I did have 4 cause in hand. But the only way to win that game is to get 2 attack zones. So I have to ECL.
Yeah, I was worried about Rebel Assault just losing, but
yeah. It turns out Rebel Assault is probably the most powerful card in that matchup.
Yeah,
because I played that Rebel Assault and it was cracked.
No, I drew the 1 best card, which was the 7th Fleet Defender that killed some stuff.
There we go. You're gonna try that? You're gonna try that? No, that deck I don't think it. So that deck, there's so much redundancy. It doesn't I can't be like, oh, you drew Hot Shot Blaster, because like Snapshot Reflexes, Hot Shot Blasters, Jetpack, Surprise Strike all do similar things, right? There's no other substitute for cunning. Okay, so my point from yesterday stands. So haters in the chat,
but he did
losing.
He did say if he'd drawn Poe that he'd win.
No. I checked. I didn't say. I think a way to win that game is with Poe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's go. Stenographer, read back what I said. All right, so I will play Crafty Smuggler.
I'll play the Doc.
I will take initiative.
Yes.
Trade? I don't think so. Crafty Smuggler to your base for 2.
To your base for 4.
I'll play Boba Fett.
Play the client.
I am going to take initiative.
I'll pass.
Okay.
Hey, welcome, Naked Snake.
I'm gonna play 7th Fleet Defender.
I'm gonna snapshot the Boba.
Crafty Smuggler's gonna attack the base for 2. I had a feeling Boba Fett was gonna die to something there.
Thank you for 3.
But I wasn't. I was gonna leave him to threaten either of those guys. I will take initiative.
Play defender. And pass. Shields all over the place.
I'm gonna start the waylay on Evazon. That'll untap all of this.
You don't get the bounty.
Oh,
defeated.
yeah. You're right. You're right.
You don't want to do that?
No.
Okay.
No. I gotta actually.
That's not a spare the target.
I actually gotta defeat him. That's right. It's not just if he leaves play. Okay. I'm gonna play Zuckuss.
I will attack you for 4.
I'll attack you for 3.
I'm going to surprise strike the client in for 6.
Okay. I'm going to deploy Boba Fett.
I'm going to jetpack the dock.
I'll fight the Crafty Smuggler into Evazon.
Okay. I am 7 power. I guess I'll attack your base for 7.
Yeah. Reset my resources.
Yeah, the Arctic is actually, it's super aggro. Yeah. It's a resilient aggro.
Yeah, and like like I said, I would complain about the stuff that's being played against me, but there's so much redundancy in this deck. Like, you had resources open, and I was like, which one is it going to be?
I had a lot of options this turn.
Yeah,
I'll say that.
Yeah, so I was like, I wonder what's going to happen here.
Mm-hmm.
I guess we have to kill Evazon with my leader.
Yeah.
I get all of this back at
I'll
least. And then I am going to send this son of a bitch to hell and tell you to go ahead, and I'll draw it to you.
You're at 24. Sounds like a surprise strike to me.
Yeah, so for anybody wondering what I could have done with a cunning that game, if anybody would like more evidence for why cunning's so good, perhaps it would be that it would have helped me in that game.
It definitely would have.
I drew it that turn, but you had initiative, right? So
that's pretty fun.
All right.
Is this the best villain aggro deck? I just made the YouTube title.
Blue-green villain, yeah. I'll gain any amount of life at all, which should help, hopefully.
I think I will switch out Krennic for Kira next stream.
I'm not convinced.
That
there are people out there that like Kira more.
I don't think she's better either. Krennic's very
there
good.
are people who like Kira more. I think those people are insane.
But I want to get.
I don't know what game those people are playing. I really don't. I really don't know what game they're playing. I mean, like maybe in this situation you could deploy Kira and blow up a bunch of shields, but then your opponent still has a bunch of undamaged units, right?
Right.
Kira seems better versus aggro. False. False. Where's the restore on Kira? False. Wrong. Incorrect.
Better if you like shield your guys.
Use resources so that my grit dudes
under curved units and give them shields. Simply.
Shielded sentinels are very nice. Okay, fine. Against maybe what? Sabine? Against this deck? I don't think shield. I don't think shielded does anything against this deck. Like your shielded guys, maybe you make them trade a shield.
Yeah.
You got the initiative. Ooh. Ooh. All right. That's gone.
I think I have the Mulligan's hand because I might not have a second turn play. Because it's like 2 Dooku's and 2 Docks. My second turn would be like surprise striking Doc, which seems like I need to be like playing guys against you. I would have drawn.
Boba Yellow can go wide at least versus control. I like Boba Yellow versus control because you got all kinds of tools, right? The thing is like you're discarding stuff, so 2 for anything against shielded sentinels. Okay, I play a Pike Sentinel. That deck plays the 7th Fleet Defender. Okay. Now what do I do? What do I put in space? All right, maybe I remove it or whatever. But still.
I play Lurking Tide Phantom.
Yeah, the problem is the everything in the deck is a threat.
I need to get some,
literally everything in the deck is a threat.
I need to order some hyperspace Lurking Tides. While they're like $2 or whatever. Okay.
You're also like the thing about all of the leaders that require an action to use their ability is that you never have the initiative. You are always behind. Because you have to use an action to use their ability. Right? So that my experience has been that like doing that just puts you so far behind initiative wise that the aggro decks get extra damage because you have to get rid of the initiative.
Take initiative.
All right, pass.
I'll take you for 4.
Sure. I am going to resupply.
Play Phantom.
Do I want the card or do I want the initiative? I think I want the card. So Pershing is going to blast himself and draw a card.
I'll take initiative.
All right, I'll pass.
I will attack for 4.
I'm going to deploy Krennic.
I'll attack for 4.
I'm going to ECL the client into Evazan.
Play a 7th Fleet Defender.
Krennic is going to fight Evazan. I'll restore 2.
I'll take initiative.
Pershing's going to pick off Evazan there. I'll untap this. Oh, overwhelming barrage to blast the shield off of the defender. It's like horribly inefficient turn.
Pretty bad. Yeah.
All right. I am done. Draw. Horribly inefficient turn, but I like where I'm at now.
Yeah, it's a much better position. All right, I will surprise strike the defender for 6.
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna client the defender.
I'll attack you for 4.
Yeah. I'll vigilance the defender and gain 10.
I'll play a defender.
Krennic's gonna attack you for 3 and I'll gain 2.
I'll take initiative.
Pershing gonna blast the client and draw a card. Okay. And then I will pass.
Take it for 4.
Yeah. Krennic. I need to save Krennic. Do I Pershing? Let's Pershing. We'll have Pershing blast the client and draw 1.
Take it for 4. Yep, beat Sabine and Bobiello so far.
Use this. $14 to have a game plan for Gar getting deployed.
He might make his first appearance on the stream as a leader.
I'm gonna play a Consortium Star Viper.
Guards here.
This has to be an attack with Krennic. So I'll fight. I'll go to your base for 3 and restore 2.
Pick up a blaster. And attack for 7. Your base.
Okay. I'm like, if I had a
like a takedown.
Yeah, so I had resource to take down earlier. If I had saved a takedown, I think I'm fine here.
Yeah, you'd gain another 10 health.
Yeah. But that damage from Krennic puts it over the top because I don't have a way to. I mean, the damage from Gar Saxon doesn't have a way to kill him. I had considered fighting Gar, but I don't think that does it. So
yeah, now Gar's done his job pretty much.
I can take initiative and I can Snoke, which wipes those out, but he's still 5, which kills me. And I can gain like a ton of life on the following turn. I guess I just play. I guess I just take initiative. I'll take initiative.
Okay, yeah. I'll play the client.
Sure. I'll play Snoke and then die. Right, seconds before.
I'll have the client pick up a blaster and kill you.
Yeah. Whew. That was a close one.
Yeah,
that was a close one. Yeah, let's keep all the removal. That's the thing. I resourced the takedown, which obviously was a mistake. I didn't plan on drawing. Like I drew the client on the next turn. Death Troopers. I drew the Death Troopers on turn 6. I drew 2 Death Troopers at the same time. After I had to take like a horrible inefficient turn to get the shield off of Edison.
Yeah, he was a problem.
So yeah, 17 healing, not enough. I was close.
Was it 17? 10, 2 Krennic attacks, 3 Krennic attacks, 16?
3 Krennic attacks, and 10. I don't think I got the second client off. I mean, obviously you pivoted the space correctly. I mean, I'm not saying you should have tried to fight me on
the place.
I'm not saying you should have tried to fight me on the ground with what was going on there, but I resourced both Maul. I had a Vader in hand. Like, I mean, it was
useless.
So it's just like stuff where if you had deployed anybody, but now maybe I was supposed to. So I drew both Maul and Vader, and I resourced Maul. But the thing was, I looked at the resource costs, and Vader and Maul was the top card, so I resourced Maul thinking I had the other Maul in hand. So when you deploy Gar,
you're like, I could just Maul it.
I could Maul it. Yeah. So if you had the option to deploy, so that I think it was a play mistake. I think that game was play mistakes on my part. I think the blue-green villain's got the juice to take care of that deck.
Yeah, certainly. Because
depending on stuff, but like that to me was just play mistakes on my part. So
the healing almost just like completely stopped my momentum that one turn.
Yeah, right. I mean, I was at what? How much damage? So how much damage had I taken? I was at like 18 or something, and I gained 10.
Right.
So
7.
And like I said, it looked horribly inefficient, but I was drawing extra cards, so to me, it was more important to get some of your garbage off the table. Now, I couldn't quite... is this game better than Aliens versus Predator? Well, this game is in print. and has not been out of print for like 20 years. So
I would say it's better.
25 years.
I'd say it's better.
It is only 2 players.
AVP was doing some cool stuff. Yeah, like the 3-player dynamic of AVP, which we never got to explore.
Yeah, we didn't get to explore that.
Did seem kind of cool.
In a paper, rock, scissors game, if one of the players is paper and the other player is rock, you're wondering.
Yeah, you got twin sons.
The rock player is wondering where the scissors are.
You can play multiplayer twin sons.
Twin sons, Omega Wall.
It's cool. Now that'll be a really fun format once there's like 6 sets out.
Yeah, I think so.
I bet it'll be insane.
I think it'll be pretty good. It'll be pretty cool. You only played 3-player games.
That's a very funny statement.
Yeah. All right. We'll see.
Okay.
We're playing Cassian. Dr. E, Dr. E. I'll take initiative.
Yes.
I'm going to covert strength Cassian.
Take her 4.
I'm going to hit you for 6. 5, 4.
Phantom.
R2.
I like the free R2 play in there.
Yeah.
Watch your guys' AVP video because I've seen the stars on eBay. I remember it being bad, but felt like one slight cleanup. Yeah, I think they had better rules. Or I think there are better rules for the game than the ones we were playing with.
Yeah,
we were playing with the out-of-the-box rules.
Yeah.
But there was like some stuff that people posted on our YouTube comments.
Oh, we got the
yeah.
I think the
meanest
thing anyone ever said to us was on our Dune video, and then our AVP video was probably the second most like hated video.
Yeah, people were pretty mad about it.
People were mad about that.
You took initiative.
You played that. I played R2.
I took initiative.
It was attack. I covert.
Mm-hmm.
You attack. I attack. You play that.
Play this.
I play R2.
I take initiative.
You got the initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm supposed to draw 2.
Last time I was here, I mentioned, "Is this better than Dune CC?" You're really a one-trick pony chatter, huh?
Okay.
Mage clans.
Guy who has only seen our card game Necromancy.
It's funny. I'll attack you for 4.
Sure. I will. I'll attack you for 4.
I will.
You watched them all. Love old dead games. Yeah, that's fair.
That was the fun series.
Fair.
We have more stuff to do if we ever like have time. I will snapshot reflexes the TIE Phantom and attack for 6.
Yep. I'm going to R2 attack you for 1. Take a look at the top card here.
I'll play a defender.
I'm gonna take down Evazan and untap.
I'll take initiative.
I am going to play Poe. Oh my god, I'm gonna get to attack.
I get to attack with Poe.
I'll get to attack with Poe.
Yeah, I took initiative, so.
It's happening. Things are happening.
You done?
Yeah, pass.
First time catching the stream on. I'm pretty happy it's just where Gar is facing the gauntlet. Yeah, heck yeah. It's a pretty fun deck. I'm enjoying it quite a bit. Feels pretty good. All right. You got a Poe attack. Poe can, like, it didn't say ground unit or anything, right? Just unit to a unit or base, defeat and upgrade. Okay. So I will surprise strike with the 7th Fleet Defender. That's 7.
Cassian's gonna hit you for 4.
I'll hit you for 6.
This card is so fucking annoying, dude. Like,
yeah,
I've had this in my hand the whole game.
It does
it's
nothing.
Like, man, doesn't bounce it. Like, if I have I die to you taking initiative here. Well, I'm gonna attack with Poe because I literally have never gotten to do that. Actually, so I wonder if I was supposed to mulligan for these because I could play this and then have this out there to threaten those.
Would you like to discard cards?
2 damage, defeat and upgrade. An opponent discards a card from their hand. Do I have a way to get extra damage in?
Nightmare Before Christmas is fun. It's basically pre-villainous. Almost the exact same rule. That's really interesting.
It's possible the person got sniped, right? Or picked up. Or maybe it was just like laying around, right?
I mean, you can just take mechanics from games and release a game with those same mechanics, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Yeah, especially if 20 years have happened. Right?
Yeah, yeah.
I think I just lose to you grabbing initiative because I can smoke that guy, but I just died to the Phantom.
Yeah.
All right.
4-0. Boom. Best aggro deck.
The only way I could that game, I feel like the only way I could win is if I have like a Kanan who's actually gaining me life.
Yeah, that's probably a tough matchup for Han Blue in general. But you were like pretty close in the race. Like I was
like a step behind.
Yeah, you were.
Just a step behind.
Why yellow for Gar over?
Yeah,
red?
did you
the shields?
Go back to the beginning of the stream and watch the stream, and then maybe the question will be answered.
It's
right?
a game of shields.
Yeah, I mean, everything is annoying to deal with in the deck.
The shields make all those like threats that have them attack for horrifying amounts.
So
like Evazan attacking for 4 is crazy.
Yeah, so I feel like if I had I feel like you could be playing like a Saboteur deck, and you probably still lose those games, even if you're getting to kill all of those shields for free.
Yeah, like I was kind of worried about that too, but I mean, it seems like you just lean into Evazan. If they remove it, fine. Like they're spending a card, they're spending more actions on their turn. He's usually already attacked if they remove him, and if they untap a bunch of stuff, then like they're low on options in their hand at that point because it's like turn 3 or 4 by the time you're taking care of them, right?
Yeah, surprise strike, snapshot reflexes, jetpack are all reasons to be playing yellow on top of that.
Yeah. Not to mention if you like try to just get rid of his shield and then I drop a jetpack on him.
I don't think I've played a gauntlet where the 2, 3, and 4 drops were as annoying as this instance. And a lot of it had to do. How many games did you draw the Phantom? Was it 3
of them?
Was it 3?
It might have been 2 or 3. Yeah.
I think it was 3.
I was certainly drawing 7 Fleet Defenders. A lot. It might have been
7 Fleet Defenders were Sabine matchup was an action short.
It was down to an action, yeah.
Yeah, it was an action short. And I had Rebel Assault, which is the reason it was a action short. So.
Yeah, Phantoms, like the snapshot on a Phantom is absurd. It's crazy. Like 6 damage a turn.
Yeah. So I had lots of removal in all the games. I kept removal to like deal with stuff. The problem is that damage based removal is particularly bad against that deck. I had like Power of the Dark Side, but I was looking at a TIE Phantom the whole game. And now, having played against this matchup, I would mulligan for space shit.
Mm-hmm.
Because you just need to be able to interact with space, and if you spend any damage fighting my stuff, That's great. That the reason the Sabine game was close was because you were in to fight A-Wings and red 3s and shit like that, right? So, if I had like an Inferno 4, I drew Inferno, like, a lot of the games I drew stuff after the point in the game where it was dead.
Yeah.
Right? I didn't have a way, now,
because Inferno 4 turn 1 is very good.
If I could have, if there was like, you have Timely Intervention in this deck, right? Is it just like a
there's 2 of them, I think.
Yeah. So if I had like a Timely Intervention, I could have timelied into the Phantom with like an Inferno 4 or something like that, and that would have felt pretty good. But like the Phantom was like beat me up. So
the card I didn't include that I replaced Dooku with,
Sentinels to counter the aggro. Okay, sure. Play your Sentinels. Play your Did you watch the games where I had complete control of the ground arena and I died to the space stuff? Did you watch those games? I'm asking chat if they watched the games that occurred in front of them, because that's what I lost to. I lost to the space stuff. The space stuff does a ton of damage.
I can see why Dooku wasn't in the deck that I was looking at, because you don't get there. Point.
You don't get there.
It was playing the Clan Saxon Gauntlet.
It got here late.
Sentinel.
Go back to the beginning. Go back to the beginning.
In that place, which I think I do like, because it's a 4/5 space Sentinel that when it's attacked, you can give an experience.
Gar's the one you wanted to see. Decklist. Decklist will be with the YouTube video.
Yep. And there's probably like some refinement that can be on this list.
Yeah, so like if I were just like, that's maybe sideboard.
But like
Waylay is probably better.
I'm building for best of 1 games, right? So
yeah. Like something.
I think this helps you like tip the tempo matches in your favor.
Yeah.
If they're deploying their leader and you're like, oh, no good to be dead, and I'll start to keep it in your face.
Yeah. Cargo Juggernaut's probably sideboard.
I actually like Cargo as sort of like main deck, because you don't have a lot of options. You're really limited on your units that are shielded in this color combination. You're pretty much playing all of them.
Dooku's probably out, right?
I think Dooku's probably out. I do like him conceptually. I think he has a potential spot, especially sideboarded, but I don't think you necessarily need a main.
Yeah, you were playing Greedo. Honestly, I
never actually got Greedo.
Yeah,
but Greedo is pretty good as a dude that's kind of innocuous, and then he picks up a blaster and swings for 6. All of a sudden, his ability can hit pretty often in his deck too. I didn't really like. I was thinking about Fen, and Fen I don't think quite fits because it's not
Fen Rao.
Yeah, Fen Rao. You have like the blaster, which
you want to smuggle the blaster.
Right. You have to smuggle the blaster.
And the jetpack.
I actually like playing jetpack. I was holding jetpack most of the time in this deck because playing it for 2, it's pretty
+3,
solid.
and the guy isn't going to like die.
Yeah,
right?
It's pretty good. I think you are maximizing the resources you're spending from hand in this deck, because you're really you're like trying to win the game by turn 5.
Yeah.
So you really don't have time to smuggle in jetpack.
Let's see. Let's enter my mind palace. What are the good cards here?
I think there are. This is almost all of the good cards you can put in this deck that work with this game plan.
Okay.
More cards probably will come out for it.
Yeah.
Because it's not trait dependent at all. I was trying McClunky out for a little bit, and McClunky I just felt like I never wanted to play it, just because you could reset the exam with it. But
all right, hear me out. Underworld Muscle.
Underworld Muscle.
That's the 2/1 for 1 that returns a non-unique upgrade to its owner's hand.
Mm-hmm.
You play that to bounce your own jetpack. You play that to bounce your own snapshot. You play that to bounce your own stuff. And all the shields that the opponent's Kiras are going to put on their Sentinels. Shut chat up about it. Right?
That's a potential. You could replace Greedo with him.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah, I think
easily.
Asteroid Sanctuary. It's not.
I was trying Asteroid Sanctuary again. That's more of the plan of I'm not hitting their face every turn.
Yeah,
I'm slowing down a little bit. So this build is like all just go base.
Yeah, I like the I kind of like Underworld Muscle to bounce like snapshot, right?
Mm-hmm. It could be good.
Or the blaster. You could bounce the blaster and resource it on the following turn, stuff like that, right? After you got your damage in. If you know somebody's fixing to die. Might be too cute.
Lama is in the deck. I just never got a chance to play him.
He's too busy playing the space shit that killed me.
Most of the time when I was on 4 resources, I would have 2 2-cost things, or like 3 2-cost things to play around with. Yeah. Surprise Strikes and Crafty Smugglers, another Doctor, Jetpack, Val. There's a lot. Your options on turn 3 and 4 were huge in this deck.
Yeah, I was gonna say there was never a point in time when Justin had resources open that I felt like any of the stuff that I could play would live. If he had a ready unit, I thought my guys were always gonna die. Mercenary gunship, probably not. I don't think you want anything. You're playing upgrades on your stuff, right? So you don't want to upgrade mercenary gunship and then let them steal it for free.
I mean, I got 4 wins on what we're talking about. Cards that should change. That's all I'm saying. It's perfect in every way. With that,
all right, we're done here.
We'll see you guys on Wednesday. With any previews on what you're thinking about for Wednesday?
I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. Come up with something.
All right. Thanks for watching, everybody.
Yeah.
We'll see you in a couple days. Goodbye.